Hey YouTube, it's Carrie, Lady VSG, coming at you from my closet today because I forgot to do the video while the sun was up, and apparently after sunset, this is where the best lighting in my house is. So, get used to it. This will probably happen in the future, but maybe you'll get to see if I ever update my wardrobe. So today is February 8th. I am 8 weeks from my surgery date of April 6th. I will be going down to Tijuana, Mexico to have my surgery from Dr. Ariel Ortiz at the Obesity Control Center. My starting weight was 301.8 pounds. Today I weighed in at 290.3 pounds for a total loss of 11.5 pounds, which I'm so excited about. My pre-op requirements are to lose 5 to 10% of my body weight before the surgery, so that's 15 to 30 pounds. So 11 pounds is almost to the bare minimum requirements, which I would love to do beyond that. My goal, honestly, at this point, I'm 8 weeks from surgery, is to lose at least 8 more pounds. I figure a pound a week is completely reasonable. So that'll put me, hopefully, at a 19-pound loss by the time I show up for surgery. So we'll see. The nutritionist has me on a pre-op diet of low-carb diet. So she actually recommended the Atkins Phase 1 induction diet. I had a little bit of problems getting started on that, just, New Year's and all that. But I officially started it last week. I bought the Atkins book, but I bought it for my e-reader, specifically my Nook. And it's not formatted properly. So you can't use the content button. Like normally you can push the content button and then it'll give you the option of all the chapters and whatever that you want to go to. Content button doesn't work. It just brings up this gobbledygook, like bunch of letters and numbers. The page breaks are off. You get page breaks in the middle of a page. If there's columns, like here's a bunch of vegetables and here are the carbohydrate content of those vegetables, the columns aren't on the same page. They're not lined up. It's a hot mess and it drives me nuts. So I did my best to get through the book. Not sure how much of the information I'm actually retaining, so I'm doing a lot of just looking stuff up online and kind of see what, like specifically I've been trying to figure out if avocado is allowed on the induction diet. I've been eating it and I lost 3 pounds this last week alone, so I'm assuming that it's allowed. I seem to be losing weight, even eating it, so hopefully. Even if it's not, I bought a Costco bag of avocados, so I think I've got like 3 or 4 left, so I'm gonna eat them because they're just gonna go bad. So, let's see, what else am I doing? Oh, so I'm terrible at eating breakfast. That's always something I've sucked at. I get up and I have a cup of coffee, and then maybe an hour or two later I would eat something. Typically I work swing or night shift, so I usually have quite a bit of time when I first get up before I actually have to be at work. So one of the things that I have done, and especially this last week, doing the Atkins diet, on the recommendation of a bunch of YouTubers and people on the forums, both at Obesity Help and Bariatric Pal, and just different bloggers and stuff, a bunch of people seem to be really big fans of this, the Premier Protein. I got this at Costco. It comes in a case of 18 and it's $25. So I did the math earlier, but then I didn't write it down. So I think it ends up being like $1.40 or $1.50 per carton. I mean, granted, you have to buy 18 of them because you can't buy them like 6 or whatever, 6 packs. But it's still, at $1.50 a thing, it's still cheaper than if you go to Fred Meyer, Albertsons, or Safeway, and in their health or their diet food area, you can get the protein shakes in the 4-pack, but they're always $7.50, $8, so, it's cheaper to buy 18 of them. So what I've been doing is having one of these for breakfast and then having another one for lunch. Because, usually I'm eating breakfast at 9, so I have another one at noon. And that does pretty well. I mean, I'm not used to eating really first thing when I wake up. So that it sits easy on my stomach. It's not making me nauseous or anything. I do find at lunch, they don't hold me over until dinner, though. So what I've been doing is I cooked up a bunch of chicken in the crock pot, and I made some of it into just a really simple chicken salad. So I homemade mayonnaise, the chicken, a little bit of salt and pepper, like the powdered mustard, so that it didn't have, you know, all the carbs or whatever that it might if I had bought like actual mustard, garlic, stuff like that, celery, and some avocado because I had all these avocados. So mix that up, and so that's in the fridge if I need a snack. Also hard-boiled eggs. I love hard-boiled eggs, so I've got some of those sitting around. And then for dinner, I've been making myself, I got one of those monster bags of like 3 different types of chopped lettuce. So I've got that, and I'll do some more celery and avocado with, excuse me, I'm getting over a cold, so I apologize for that. But yeah, so I'll do the salad with the celery, the avocado, some of the chicken, a little bit of cheese, and then I got some dressing that has 2 grams of carbohydrate for 2 tablespoons. And so I'll actually measure it out, the 2 tablespoons of dressing, because I know if I try to eyeball it, I'm going to put way too much on there. So kind of toss that up together, and I'll have that for dinner. And that's usually pretty satisfying. You know, the first day I snarfed it down, and I was like, I'm still starving. So I drank just a bunch of water that had some of my Propel, you know, no carb stuff in it. And probably within 30 minutes, I realized like, oh, okay, I'm not actually hungry anymore. So, you know, I'm sure part of that is just kind of getting used to eating new foods and not eating junk all the time. But so I've been doing really well with the low carb thing. Lost 3 pounds this last week. So I figure, you know, even if the weight's going to come off easier in this first couple days or in this first couple weeks than in the future, you know, I've got that handled. I've got that under control. So I'm feeling pretty good. 8 weeks left for the countdown. My goal is to now basically be doing a video every week to kind of update you on, you know, how I'm feeling, what I'm doing. If I'm trying new products, I can tell you about those, that kind of stuff. I'm already at 7.5 minutes, and I was really hoping to keep this under 5, so I'm going to sign off. If you have any questions or anything for me, just leave them in the comments, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.